Well, hello and welcome to Making Lasagna with me, Kristen Hampton. This is my world famous lasagna recipe. I'm just kidding. This is not a recipe. This is merely a suggestion. I don't really know that much about lasagna, but I know that when I make it, it's very delicious and people thoroughly enjoy it. So there you go. And I also have a very special thing to say about my delicious lasagna. So if you'll hang on just one second, if you're joining us on Facebook over here, welcome. If you're joining us on YouTube over here, welcome. So hello, and this is pretty awesome because I'm doing a good job. So I got all my stuff over here. You're going to have a very big problem with this, and that's okay. Just want to remind everybody, this is my lasagna recipe, and we're making lots and lots of lasagna because we're making it for a very special cause. So I'm going to use jarred, trying to tell. Or Tara's in there watching the football game, trying to ruin my life and ruin my concentration. This is jarred pasta sauce. Yes, it is. Curse if you need to. Say what you got to say. Get it all out now because I know how to make my own pasta sauce. I know in some cases it might be better, but in this case, I've come up with a recipe whereas I can dress up a jarred pasta sauce just like I made it fresh, and it's still very, very delicious. So anyway, thank you. You just don't be mean about that, okay? Because there. Anyway, I've got 2 pounds of beef here that I've already browned up in the thing. If you don't know how to brown beef, I'm going to also talk to the people who don't know how to cook. Okay? So just bear with me. If you don't know how to brown ground beef, basically you start with an empty pan, put it on about halfway on the stove, and put the meat in there. Let it sit for a second, and then start chopping it with your little spoon here. Or your spoonula, which is what this thing someone decided it is called, okay? Do that until it's really nice and cooked. Oh, it's off. Do that until it's nice and cooked up, very brown and cooked all the way through. 2 pounds of ground beef I've got in here, and 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage. Because I just think that gives it a little pizzazz. I also put some dried fennel seeds in there because I like to put fennel in every single thing, even Cheerios. Don't judge me. So anyway, get that all done up nice. You can do just the meat sauce that you're going to put in your lasagna. You can do a meat and vegetable sauce. What even is this? And where did that come from? Oh, they came out of here. Okay. This is some harsh, very aggressive, and angry purple onions. It's about a half of a purple onion. It's 1 whole white sweet onion and 1 whole green bell pepper. I'm going to put that in there because that'd be too much onions. Nothing is too much onions. There's no such thing as that. Just put that in there. And I forgot to tell you, once you get that meat all browned, you need to drain the fat off of it because it's got about 115 pounds of fat in it, and that'll make you sick, and then you'll just be sick feeling. And people will be like, oh my God, your lasagna was bad. And you'll be like, no, I just left all the grease in the meat. You can leave some of the grease in the meat because, as we know, what do we say? Fat is flavor. Oh, so stupid. I'm just kidding. Pretend that didn't happen, but it did happen. You can't erase that. It's on the internet. Once it's said, it can't be unsaid. Anyway, I'm just putting this up in here to pretend that I'm putting some vegetables in it. You're like, girl, that's a lot of stuff there. I'm going to get to getting. Now, listen. This is a 24-ounce jar of pasta sauce that I got from the grocery store for about $3. I like to use, for my pasta sauce for lasagna, you might do something different with spaghetti. 1 pound of ground beef for 1 pound of sauce. 1 pound of meat for 1 pound of sauce. Okay, or 1 jar of sauce, sorry. Hello, Hilda Jones from England. Shake that to get it all loose from the top. I love eating the fat after it hardens. My mom does stuff like that. I'm not even kidding. So once again, if you're just joining us and you're freaking out because I'm putting jarred pasta sauce into a meat sauce for lasagna, you can freak out, but this is my lasagna recipe. You can feel free to go and make your own meat sauce recipe, which I do have. I do make it from scratch, but not for this one, and I'm about to tell you why. See what I did there? I put a tiny bit of water in there just to clean the jar out good. Put 3 in there because we got 3 pounds of meat. About to overflood this pan and flood the entire kitchen. But I'm not worried about it because Tara's home and she'll clean it up. Hold on. Okay? Let me get the lid on this. Bloop. I'm going to jazz it up a little bit more, so don't worry just yet. Don't you freak out and say, well, you're not doing this right, you're not doing this right. My lasagna recipe. I disconnect the cable and turn the lights out. So anyway, a little bit. Sauce is money. Fooling is money soon part, says Grandpa. Yes, when you're cooking for other people, I'm going to make these for us for the freezer, but I'm going to tell you a very special little thing. Please don't lick your hands. Please wash your hands after touching raw foods. Please just clean up your kitchen really well before you start cooking for other people, because you don't want them to get sick. And please don't put cat hair in any of your food. Thank you so much. That's my number one tip. Let's do that around there a little bit. Beep, boop, beep, boop. That, a little bit there. You're probably like, hey, girl, where's your other thing that you always use? And I'm like, I don't feel like using it because it's loud. It gets on my nerves. So I'm going to let that cook. You can let it cook for 20 minutes. You can let it cook for 4 hours. P.S. Because people are going to ask, let me just say it. This is the Presto fold-away electric skillet. And I like it because you can cook bunches of things in it and it cleans up. Cleanup is a breeze. And I think you can put it in the dishwasher, but I put it in the dishwasher and I didn't like what happened. Anyway, I want you to remember this website. Write it down if you have to, because this is the reason I'm making lasagna, and I'm so excited about this. lasagnalove.org. Okay? Let me see if that woman emailed me back. I emailed her earlier this morning, the lady that started it. No, she's not. I'm sure that's busy. No, she hasn't. I'm sure she's busy. So this lady, when the pandemic started, this lady, because she likes to make lasagna, started making lasagnas for all these people, right? Because she noticed that moms and dads, grandparents, all this stuff were having trouble with these kids at home all the time. They were stressed. They were either working, they were trying to do online school, work from home, blah, blah, blah. They lost their job. They were facing food insecurity for the first time. This lady started making lasagnas for people and just taking them to their house. And this same word started to travel that she was making all these lasagnas. I'm talking about like 12 lasagnas a week, okay? And so she created this thing called lasagналove.org, where you go to this page. If you like to make lasagna, or you know how to make lasagna, and you sign up and say, I'll make 1 lasagna a week, I'll make 10 lasagnas a week, I'll make 1 lasagna a month, okay? And then you can also go to this page, and y'all listen, because some of you listen, listening, that's what it is. Some of you folks listen here might need a lasagna. So if you also need a lasagna, and there's no paperwork you have to fill out, you go to this lasagналove.org and say, I could use a lasagna. And they'll match you up with somebody. It's nationwide, all over the nation, the United States. They'll match you up with somebody that can make lasagna. They'll bring it to your house, no questions asked. If you're facing food insecurity, if you can't afford to feed your family, if you are just having a stressful week, if you're having... This one lady, I thought it was the sweetest story. One of their testimonial type stories. This lady was having, it's her 3-year-old daughter's birthday, and she wanted to make a special dinner for her, but couldn't. So she contacted Lasagna Love, said, I'd like to get a lasagna. Boom, somebody made her a lasagna, and this lady was like unbelievably grateful. I love to cook more than anything in the world. I love to feed people more than anything in the world. That's why I've decided that today, when we're all just in here sitting with each other in the kitchen doing Sunday supper, I would make lasagna. And you could watch me make lasagna, and you could see, if you're not a lasagna maker, how easy it can be if you follow my simple tricks. And you would not be so intimidated, and maybe you would feel like joining up with Lasagna Love, deciding either you want to make somebody some lasagna, or that you could possibly use the services of Lasagna Love. Nobody's going to judge you. Nobody's going to say nothing to you. It's not even about, I don't have the money for lasagna. It's about, I'm having a tough week. If you don't have the money, there's a lot of different reasons that you could request a lasagna. I'm having a tough week. I don't feel like cooking. It would just be nice. And how comforting is lasagna? God, it feels so good to eat it with all those carbohydrates and that pasta. Oh my God, I forgot to put garlic in it. I apologize. It's okay. Right now, what we have so far cooking in my little my little countertop cooker is 2 pounds of ground beef, 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage. And then I put 3 jars of whatever your favorite pasta sauce is. You can make your own if you want to. Use the ratio, balance them out. 1 jar of pasta sauce for 1 pound of meat. put the meat in there first, browned it all up, all by itself, drained it, put in a bell pepper, a half of a purple onion, a half of a white onion. Put whatever you want in there. You could put, what are those things called? Zucchini. You can put red pepper. You can put whatever you want in there. Any kind of vegetable you got. At least, though, do the onions because you need some kind of vegetable in there. You can just make it with onions and meat. That's fine. It'd just be a meat sauce lasagna. Garlic is love. So I have a supporter page, and I always post what I'm going to be making for the Sunday a couple days ahead of time for supporters. And I've always put the ingredients that I'm going to probably use, even though it's just a hot trash estimation. And I put in this week's post 4.5 pounds of garlic. And some people were like, that's too much garlic. And I'm like, no, the devil is in your ear trying to tell you that. No such a thing. Anyway, I'm going to put 600 cloves of garlic in here. And it's cool if you didn't get the garlic in first. One of the things I like to do with garlic is put it in kind of towards the end of my cooking process, at least this sauteing simmering process, because it doesn't get so cooked. I've got 4 cloves of garlic. Okay, everyone calm down. Anyway, I like to put it in kind of towards the end so it doesn't get all of the flavor. It's not raw, but it doesn't get all of the flavor cooked out of it. Do y'all remember how we do? Garlic, if you're not a cooker, this is fresh garlic. That is called, wait, is that a clove or a bulb? Oh my God, I can't ever remember. It is a little package of garlic, okay? That's what it looks like. And it comes in a larger package of garlic. It's like they're all in a little car together. And you pull one of them out of the car, and then you're like, I hope the mom didn't see that. And you're not going to put it back. But it's okay because it's garlic, okay? And you pull out as much as you want. And you put it on your cutting board, and you get your knife. We're going to do like this in case I'm not close enough to see. Don't do like this and push because you will cut your whole hand off. Do like this and put this flat end down on that garlic. Use the heel of your hand and push. Once again, please don't cut your hand off and then be all like, well, Kristen Hamden did it on her YouTube and Facebook live cooking show, and I cut my hand off. Okay? Don't. Just leave me alone. Put it here. See, watch this. Bang, bang, bang. You can also cut just the very little end off. It helps get this. Comes in a little wrapper. See? Comes in a little wrapper, and then you bang on it a little bit. It's much easier to get out of that wrapper because that wrapper is very stupid and annoying. And it can ruin your life when you have to make a lot of garlicky things. See? Yeah, that smells good. Ooh. I love garlic. So let me finish these 4 things here. God, what if I cut my hand off? One time, I had an ex, and I actually got her these knives, these very same knives. Don't worry, they're mine now. And I was like, and I got them for her birthday, and she was like, thanks. I don't even like knives. I like to cook. And I was like, oh, it's fine. Anyway, she was trying to cut something, and I was like, you don't know how to cut things. Let me show you how to cut things. Do you know I cut my thumb almost clean off of my hand? And she was like, I mean, I laughed too. Don't worry, it was funny. But I'm just thinking how funny it would be if I cut my finger off or my thumb while here on Facebook and YouTube Live. Don't forget, if you're just joining us, we're making lasagna today, and we are showing people a pretty easy way to do it and make delicious lasagna. And I am making lasagna for an organization called lasagnalove.org. It's where you go to a website, Lasagna Love. Please feel free to share this video right now if you want to. I don't know if you can do that there. I don't know how that works. Because you would think I would understand social media at this point, but I'm just getting to that. You know, I'll get there eventually. Click share on this video, and so people can also know to go sign up. Lasagnalove.org. You sign up if you want to make a lasagna for someone. You sign up if you need a lasagna. And this is not about you don't have enough money. If you don't have enough money to, or you're facing food insecurity right now, go to that website and sign up and just say, I need a lasagna. They're not going to ask you a million questions. They're not going to ask to see a copy of your last pay stub. They're going to match you up with somebody in your area. I'm in the Charlotte area. They're going to match you up with somebody that can make a lasagna. And that person's going to bring you a lasagna to your door. And they're going to have instructions on it, on how to cook it. It's going to be in a pan, tinfoil pan, and it's going to have a lid on it. You can put it in the fridge. You can put it in the freezer. This is about using what you have, if you're a lasagna maker, to help other people out. If you're one of those people that likes to feed people and likes to cook for people, go sign up, lasagnalove.org. Bing, that's impressive. Bing, bang, boom, make somebody a lasagna. If you're having some troubles right now, if it's been a long week, if work is hard, if your kids are just acting like wild animals like they do and they won't get out of the house, and you're like, oh, I don't feel like cooking tonight. Well, you should probably sign up before you get to the point where you have to feed all the kids. Anyway, garlic is a great antioxidant. Keep COVID and vampires away. Hey, Art. Anyway, I think everybody should do this. I think it's one of the coolest programs. This lady came up with it because I guess she was bored during the pandemic and just started making lasagnas for all her friends. And word spread that she was making lasagnas for people, and then word kept spreading and kept spreading. So she made this thing, lasagналove.org, where anybody can go sign up to get a lasagna. Anybody can go sign up to make a lasagna. One thing I do want to stress, if you're going to make food for other people, especially strangers, please, 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 like before you get started, wash your countertops down, like with disinfectant. Like you got to get real serious about stuff like that. Wash your hands really, really good. About every 5 or 6 minutes, wash your hands, wash your hands. Don't be playing with your phone while you're cooking for other people and then putting it down and then putting your hands all back in the food. Wash your hands, and make sure that everything you're using is clean. Make sure that raw meat doesn't touch anything that has been cooked and is not going to be heated up again. So there you go. Just be careful when you're cooking for other people. All right, that's it. So you can go to lasagналove.org. I've been kind of, I don't want to say struggling, but dealing with some angst lately. You know what I'm talking about. Don't talk about it though, okay? Everybody's kind of been dealing with that too. But I woke up the other day and I was like, man, I got to do something. What can I do? And I was like, oh, I know. I'll cook for people. So now I'm making lasagna and I'm very excited about it, okay? So we got our meat sauce boiling over here. I'm going to put a little garlic up in there. I'm just dicing it. I'm going to show you here in a second. This is annoying too. You just got to keep running your knife through it. If you're going to do a whole bunch of garlic cloves, get you one of those things. It's like a garlic squisher, and it makes it much faster to chop the garlic up. Because I'm going to do it fairly small. I don't want big old hunks in this sauce here. Even though big old hunks are okay, because they're going to be cooked. And people will still be your friend. Because here's the thing. If you're going to eat a bunch of garlic, make sure that whoever you're with eats a bunch of garlic too, so that you'll both have hot trash breath and you won't smell it as bad. YouTube, that's what that garlic looks like. Facebook, look at that beautiful garlic. You just shovel it in your mouth. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to put that here in this meat sauce. I'm going to put this recipe here, but once again, if you're scared or intimidated of cooking lasagna, don't be, because these are suggestions. Basically, I'm making a spaghetti meat sauce, okay? It's going to be a little bit meatier and a little bit less spaghetti-isher, saucier. It's going to be super meaty. Turn it on there. Okay, now I'm going to make everybody leave the feed because I'm going to say what my secret ingredient is, and people are going to get very upset and they're going to leave. It's cat hair. Okay, I'm kidding. It's not cat hair. But I just want to remind you again, this is my lasagna recipe. And you, ow, I'm getting burned. Pia, safety first. Let me turn that down a bit. Whew. Girl came to kill. Okay, hold on. Now I know some people are going to know what I'm talking about, and some people are going to get very upset. Just going to bring it out. Hold on. It's not pumpkin spice. Let me fix my microphone. You ready? All right, now don't judge me. And when I tell you this, don't go putting 15 pounds of it in there, okay? Because moderation is key with most everything. Please don't start yelling. I feel like we're all sitting here in the kitchen just talking. And that's my favorite thing, because I got one of these little bar things up here. And I like when somebody just kind of sits there and we just talk and I cook. And I kind of like when they watch me. I'm going to be honest. I know that might be weird. I'm sweating. Calm down. This is nutmeg. Okay? Nutmeg. Can you see my dumb armpit? Nutmeg. All right? I know you're freaking out. Don't worry about it. I'm not talking about putting so much nutmeg in there like you do in your pumpkin pies or in your gingerbread cookies or all that stuff. The nutmeg is going to go into this sauce. Now watch me. Before you freak out, call the police. What if somebody called the police? Said this girl just put nutmeg in her pasta sauce and she's sick and she needs to be arrested. It ain't gonna work. Because you know why? When they get here, I'm gonna be like, taste this, and tell me you're gonna lock me up. They ain't gonna lock me up. I'm gonna come to your house and lock you up. You know why? Because you didn't put nutmeg in your sauce. I've already been locked up, so I'm not worried about it. Look at here. Watch my body. Okay? Just now I know it looks like I'm putting it there. You see that? That is what is called a pinch. A pinch. That's just a pinch. Okay? Pinch, 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 pinch. Oh, I was kidding. I'm putting a little more in there. Anyway. Okay, so what that's going to do, you're not going to have nutmeg flavored pasta sauce right now, okay, to go in your lasagna. It is not going to taste like nutmeg. It's going to give it, I don't want to sound like one of those chefy people, but it's going to give it another layer, another dimension, if you will, a little bit more character. It's like the difference between like Dorothy and Sophia. Dorothy's over here. She does not have nutmeg. Sophia has nutmeg. Does that make sense? Is that easy to understand? I think that's genius. I just came up with it just now. I'm just on the fly. Everything's ad-libbed, okay? It's another thing. If you don't like this, you think I'm talking too much, get to the point. 99% of the cooking shows that you see on YouTube or the Facebooks, they're edited. They're videoed, and then they're edited down to where all the hot trash is. I smell you, Sophia. I smell you, Sophia. I'm telling you, this is what makes the difference in hot trash lasagna and Sophia lasagna. Not that Dorothy is hot trash because she's not. This video is live, and how it goes is how it goes. How I talk is how I talk. It generally tends to be a lot, but I'm trying to move along as quick as I can. Okay. Anyway, all right, what's next? So you get this all done. Let's just say this is done. We got our sauce done. You can cook this for 30 minutes. Once again, you can cook it for 5 hours. I don't think it makes a difference. I think you get more flavor infused into your meat. Listen to me. You know, it makes a difference when it gets to the mid palate, really. It's just another dimension of deliciousness. You calm down. I'm going to turn this off. Okay, just because I think we're good for that. But I would normally cook it a little bit longer. Okay, this is where the hard part starts, right, Kristen? How am I going to do this? Just you wait. I'm going to change your life. Hold on. P.S. If you hear any noises that sound like toots, that's not toots. That's my feet on the floor. Well, now it's not going to do it, but it's my socks sometimes go around and it makes toot noises. Okay? So this is a tinfoil pan. If you're going to be making lasagnas for Lasagna Love, they have all the information on their website, exactly what kind of pans you need to order. These are not those pans. You can order them from Amazon. You can get perfect little tin lids that fit on them. They put them right in the oven just like that. God, I love this program so much, and I'm so excited for me to get my first orders. I put my name in like a week ago, and I have not gotten any orders yet. It's so very hot in here. Anyway, here's your pan. We're going to make lasagna in this. This is going to make a lot of lasagna. You can get smaller pans. This is going to feed, I don't know, if they're 14-year-old boys, it probably is only going to feed one. But if it's like regular people, you know, like a regular family of like, if Mara and Brandon is watching, y'all go need 6 of these. But if you have just like, you know, a family of 4, or it's just you and your husband or your wife, or just you and your grandma, you can make a smaller pan. But Lasagna Love, they have a standard size that people make. Anyway, this is going to make a lot of lasagna. Let me make sure that you can see it. Let me move this on. Don't worry. Nothing's going to catch on fire, okay? Yes, I just showed this in my supporter live, and I feel like I need to show it to everybody. Hashtag not sponsored. Nobody is paying me to show or promote any kind of product on either of these things. And if they ever do, I will be the first to say, Mama's getting paid to show this to you, so please go buy it because Mama wants an Escalade. I'm just kidding. I drove an Escalade one time and I felt very uncomfortable because people were staring at me and they were like, you probably played tennis. And I was like, I do. So I was like, let me out of this Escalade. Anyway, it had air conditioner in the seats, which was kind of nice because this is in Florida. Anyway, this is called the Vidalia Chop Wizard. I don't care how you say Vidalia. You may say Vidalia. That's not how you say it. I'm from Georgia. I know. It's the Vidalia Chop Wizard. Okay, Vidalia. 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 There ain't no L in it. It's Vidalia. Vidalia Chop Wizard. Okay, it's this thing. It's got a little grate in there. I have had this literally for like 15 or so years. You put your, what did I do with that onion? Oh no. Did I chop the whole thing? Well, you get what I mean. You put your onion here and you go, or your red pepper, you can put a jalapeno in there. It's got a smaller grate too, so you can make tiny little bits of onions, if like tiny, tiny little onion bits, and you go pow, and then push that down. So I don't use it when I have like one thing to chop because it's kind of a pain in the neck to get out and put it in the dishwasher and all that stuff. But if I'm making food, and I do sometimes for like 150 people, I'll use this because you can save a whole bunch of time chopping stuff. Look, perfectly diced onions. That's the Vidalia. Now, if you call the store to ask and you say Vidalia, they're going to be like, what are you talking about? You got to say the Vidalia Chop Wizard. It's an onion. If you don't know what a Vidalia onion is, it comes from Vidalia, Georgia. Only Vidalia, Georgia, and about, I think, 10 or 15 counties surrounding Vidalia, Georgia, are allowed to grow these onions and actually label them Vidalia onions. There is not an L in it, Kathy Brown. Hands. There's not a lot of things I'm prepared to street fight about. But Vidalia, anyway, I'm just kidding. I don't want to street fight anybody. I want you to go make some lasagnas and make them for your family, make them for whoever. You make them for people on lasagnalove.org. You go sign up if you want to make lasagnas. You go sign up if you need a lasagna. Ain't nobody going to judge you. I'm just waiting on somebody to go sign up and say they need a daggone lasagna because I'm going to I want to just make you a lasagna. I'm going to bring it to your house. Okay? I'm going to bring it to you and you can have it. Anyway, back to me. Move this over here. So there's 3 key components to lasagna. Nudes, meat sauce, which we already have here, and a cheese mixture. Okay? Stay right there. Don't go nowhere. Oh, I'm really getting into this now. Tara, can you tell difference? Started off a little weak because of my technical issues I had earlier, but now I'm just rocking and rolling. Does that twist or does that pull? This is ricotta or ricotta, whatever you want to call it, cheese. This is a big old thing of it. This is 32 ounces. You get a 16 ounce or 32 ounce. Oh, I already have one already made up. I'll make it up just to show you here. Okay. But I do have one made up. And I'm going to show you if you're like, this is the part I hate because it's so hard. I'm about to change your life. Okay? Let me see. This is going to make a big thing of it. Come on now. I might use, I'm sorry I just burped when I realized that microphone is right there and I was looking down. So if you just heard me burp, my apologies. Normally the microphone is up here, but I realized that you might have heard me burp. I'm sorry. Calm down. Anyway, this is ricotta cheese. If you ask me, I think ricotta cheese tastes like a whole bunch of nothing. And I just don't quite get it. It's a very, very mild, creamy-ish. It's almost like if you put cottage cheese in a mixer. See, that's the consistency of ricotta cheese there. And it tastes like cheese that's like, I want to be a cheese so bad, but my mama won't let me. So I'm just going to be this like strange curd liquid mixture because my mama won't let me be cheese. And I'm like, I'm over here saying, you are you. If you want to be cheese, be cheese. I'm going to make you cheese. Watch this. Let me get one of those cool things. Oh, everything's fine. So take this sad cheese mixture. Once again, this is a 32-ounce container of ricotta cheese. Take about half of it out, dump it in this thing. Honey, quick, sous chef, I need an egg. I need an egg. I need an egg.
You need what?
I need an egg. Take about an egg. An E-double-G egg.
Oh.
I need an egg. Quickly.
One of those good eggs?
Yeah, do good. This is a ricotta cheese, blah, blah, blah. This is how I do it. Now, I understand, once again, a lot of people do it very differently. This is a quick and easy way to do it. Look at you trying to get your arm on Facebook and YouTube. Come on, just come on. Okay. She'll be on a supporter live, but she don't like to be in regular lives because there's 5,000 people watching. There's only 127 on YouTube. Come over here, and you can just get on the YouTube button. I'll try to trick you.
No.
Okay, all right, that's fine. I will never pressure you to be on when you don't want to be on. 16 ounces of ricotta cheese. These are real. These just came out of a chicken's butt, so they're the texture's a little different. Sad cheese mixture. Try not to get any shells in there. If you do, ain't nobody gonna die. But I mean, probably get them out because you're making this for other people. Big difference. Actually, let me wash these real quick. Hang tight while I'm washing my hands. You got egg and ricotta and spinach. See, that's the cool thing about lasagna recipes is that everybody has got a different one. You can talk to 10 different people, have a lasagna party and a lasagna tasting contest. Everybody's lasagna will be different. Somebody just said they put chopped spinach in their ricotta mixture. I can't remember what somebody else just said. Put some of your nutmeg in your cheese mixture. Why not? What did it do with it? Bing, bang, boom. Be less sad. Be less sad. Not too much because you don't want it to be like, ooh, okay, nutmeg. Put a little salt in here. If you have we're going to put some Parmesan mix in here too. If you have a very salty Parmesan mix, remember that will over salt your lasagna, okay? 16 ounces of ricotta, a little bit of nutmeg because I felt like it, 1 egg. Here's the thing. If you want to season it up even further, I told you, baby, I was going to make you into cheese. Some garlic powder to put in there. Just flavor it up a bit. It can be one of the more, and I'm sure if you get a real expensive ricotta, it's probably better, but I ain't trying to spend $10,000 on ricotta cheese, okay? So put a little of that in there. Just trying to give it a little bit of na. This is an Italian blend that I got from Publix. And you're like, hey, how much of that do I put in there? I don't know. Just put some in there till it feels good. Boom, boom. Oops. That looks perfect. I'm trying to make this ricotta mixture taste like something. But Kristen, how is that going to give it that delicious, ooey, gooey texture? Funny you should ask, because over here I have about a pound of fresh whole milk mozzarella. Don't you put none of that skim milk mozzarella in there and try to take that to somebody's house and call it a lasagna. I'm sorry, you can do that if you want. You can make a low-fat lasagna. This is whole milk mozzarella that I put in my magical cheese grater because I come from Decatur. Anyway, how much is that? Don't put that much in there. It'll be too oily. It'll be too much. This is called a measurement. It's called a handful. This is about a half a handful. I just put a whole handful in there. Put you another half a handful in there. And then just as much as your heart feels like it, okay? Save some of that because you're going to put it on the top of the lasagna. I like to wash my hands every 97 seconds. I never knew you had to talk to what you're cooking. Well, you know, food gets low self-esteem too is the problem, and nobody thinks about that. Especially ricotta, because it's like, ooh, it tastes like nothing. Stir this up. Try as much as you can to fling it all over the kitchen. Because
don't do that.
Yes, you do what makes you feel good. Okay. Don't let anybody else tell you that you're not a good person because you fling food all over the kitchen. You're still a good cook. Look how beautiful. I just want to say, we got fresh from the chickens behind eggs from our friends. And look how orange. I mean, it looks like popcorn butter in there. They're like the orangest. This is not the mixing bowl I should have used, but whatever. I just thought of something else to put up in here. You want to be somebody, ricotta cheese? You want to be somebody? I'm gonna make you somebody. Now, see, people are going to be thinking you do have an Escalade if you put this in there, but they won't know the difference. Don't. That's your business. This is just dried up parsley. It's like little bits of money that you dump in there. Put it all in there. It's just going to give it some, just some.
What's my oregano in there too?
I don't like oregano very much, but you can put oregano there if you want. Okay, just trying to give that, once again, that ricotta, a little bit of, I am somebody, people will be my friend, no one talks to me, at parties and stuff. So we're just gonna mix in those little tiny bits of money. See how that's looking so nice already? You're probably like, girl, I do not have any of the time for this. Calm down. It's not that difficult, I promise. Just making it look harder than it is. It probably needs another egg. Anyway, thank you. And if anybody knows why you put an egg in ricotta mixture, please let me know, because I'm not 100% sure. I've just always heard you do. These come free from a chicken spot. I mean that. Like our friends, they have a chicken coop, and you go out there every day. There's like 5 or 10 of them. One time they went out of town, and I had to keep the chickens. And I would get so excited to go in there, and I'd talk to them like, how many have we got, girls? How's everybody doing today? What have we got today? These are free prizes. They give you free prizes every day. Now, don't worry about the 2 of them that went missing. That was technically on my watch, but, girl can't help what a fox is going to do. Don't worry about it. I don't want to talk about it. It is still a very tender subject. I don't like oregano. So that's the other thing about cooking. Donna doesn't like oregano. Bob may not like parsley. Tina may hate eggs. Tina may be allergic to eggs. If you don't like these things, don't put them in there. That's the greatest thing about cooking. If you're all like, Kristen, how can I make this? I don't have any parsley. Your ricotta will just look like it has a little bit less money in it, and that's okay. That's the fun thing about cooking, is that you can do what you want. Make it your own thing. Somebody telling you a recipe that you got to follow it to the letter, not unless you're making cakes. Okay? Rest of it, freestyle, ad lib. Do what you want to. Got all kind of good stuff in here. Okay. This is getting on my nerves because this is not my mixing bowl, which is fine. I'm sure it's fine. Very annoying. Probably should have just used the mixing bowl, but it's probably not. Anyway, okay. Normally it doesn't take that long to stir that old sad ricotta. Now that's gonna taste good. I don't even need to taste it. It's got raw eggs in it. I don't want to taste it. Probably ain't gonna die if you do taste it, but don't do it anyway, okay? Here's where everything changes. We got our ricotta mixture. We got a little extra mozzarella we're gonna put on the top. Now it is good and daggone, it's time to start putting this thing together. You're going to be like, Kristen, I'll just show you. Just so excited. Just let me live my life. Hold on, I'm thirsty. Okay. Some purists like to boil their lasagna noodles. I said boil. I say boil funny. That says boil. Some purists like to boil their lasagna noodles. When I tell you that is an exercise in just, it's hot trash. And they fall apart, and you always do it too long, and then they all stick together, and then you just got a hot trash pile of lasagna noodles. This is called oven-ready lasagna. Rumsey, noni, I don't care about that. I use this. I use some other kind that came in the cold section. It's right by the ricotta cheese. They're already kind of dampened already. I was going to use the M word, but I'm not. Anyway, these are your noodles. You don't have to do a single thing to them except for put them in the middle of some sauce and some cheese mixture. I think there's 12 to a pack. Can't find my scissors. Pop them open like so. Here's the piece de resistance. Oh, I wish I had someone to help me clean up. Just kidding, I'm kidding. That there, and everything's in the way. I have a huge kitchen. I only use a tiny portion of it. We have a huge house. Actually, our other kitchen, this is just my kitchen I do lives in. We have a huge kitchen full of Viking and Frigidaire and Sub-Zero appliances. I just want to make sure that while I'm doing my lives, I continue to look like just a regular person. So that's why I don't do them. I do them here in my smaller kitchen. We have 2 kitchens. So once again, not to brag, okay? This is my pan, okay? Pan. I ain't put nothing in there. You can yell at me about greasing it. I ain't worried about it. Dump some of that in there. Can you see? Your YouTube probably can't. Move that out a little bit. YouTube, yes, there you go. I'm gonna have to drag here. Just dump that like so. Easiest way to do it is just kind of slosh it around a little bit. It is very hot and it's burning the bottom of my hand off, but what do we say? Who needs fingers when you have fresh lasagna? Okay, put that there. And like so. Okay, now we're not trying to completely coat the bottom of this pan. If there's some little holes in there, don't worry about it, because you don't want too much meat sauce in there. That garlic, you know what it's doing? It's crawling up out of that little baby lasagna bucket, and it's crawling up this little towel, and it's getting into my nose holes, and it's just laying down and curling up, going to sleep. Okay, put you some sauce in there. Fit your nudes to your pan. YouTube, put them down like that. They don't have to touch all on the edges. Smush them down a little bit. Don't worry about it. Looks like this is going to fit about 3 across. Oh, come on, man. There, perfect. Okay. Now, you put your, oh, how annoying is that? How do I get just tiny little bits? This is my trick. This is going to save you so much time. It's going to save you will lose all your patience trying to get that ricotta mixture. Baby, I do need a scissor. Help. I need a scissor. What are you doing with that bag, Kristen? Don't worry. Just watch. Taking this bag, taking this ricotta mixture, gently putting it down towards the corner of that bag. See? Do it again, because we're going to need a bunch of it. And what I'm doing, I'm basically making a piping bag. And if you know how to cook, of course you already know what this is. Put it down there in the corner. If you don't know how to cook, you're like, what in the world is she drink? I don't ever drink in my lives, except for that one time a few minutes ago where I had 1 sip of mimosa. Don't judge me. Put that back in there. This is how you're going to hold this, right? See, it all comes down to that little point there. Put your hand up here and hold this part tight. That little point. Let me do it, because if you do it too, could we use it not too big? Yeah, I want to do it. Okay, we'll hold it up right here. And we're going to snip, and let's don't get it in the meat sauce. Just a very, little smaller. Right there? Yep. Tiny little tip off the end there. And let's see. That's perfect. Look at there. Do you see that? See? Bloop. Comes right out of the end. Bloop. Comes right out of the end. Look how pretty that looks in there. With that nice yellow, super yellow egg. Money bits in there. Little bits of cash. People are like, what's that green stuff? It's money. So anyway, can you see? Great. So take this. I normally do it the other way, but I want to make sure you can see it good. And just, oops. Oh, shoot, I think I did it backwards. It's okay. Bloop, 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 bloop. Push it on there, let it up. Push it on there, let it up. Push it on there, let it up. Push it on, let it up. Gosh, that egg is making this so pretty. Those are, there goes kids are going to be out there doing cursies. You better shut that door, because they're like 5 and 6, but when they get going, man, they get a bunch of Kool-Aid in them. So, this is kind of where a trial and error when you make your first lasagna. The first time you do it, you're gonna put way too much ricotta mixture in there, and you're gonna eat it, and you're gonna be like, oh wow, this is too much cheese. Or you're gonna put too much meat sauce in there. Don't worry about it. Watch this. You're going to get better. And you're still a good person no matter what. Put that on there. Put that on there. Smear that around. Don't put too much of either, okay? And don't worry about messing up those little dots. It's not about them being dots. It's just about them being in there. People saying mean things, Tara. People saying mean things.
I don't think so.
Okay, good. So just make sure that's in there all nice like that. Get you some more nudes. Let's see. I like to count my layers just to make sure I don't get wild. 1. Already, that was the first layer. 2. 3.
They want to know why you have to cook the noodles. Tell them again that
These are oven-ready noodles. What did I do with the box? Oven-ready lasagna noodles. Some people will fight you over using these types of lasagna noodles. Oven-ready lasagna. Any brand I'm sure is good. You don't have to cook these first. See how I'm just putting them in there dry like that? You cook this thing for 45 minutes or an hour. Those noodles are perfect, just like you spent 9.5 days boiling them in the pot, then letting them get too stuck together, and then they fall apart, and then you get very angry, and then you don't ever want to make lasagna again. I'm showing you a way that you can do this easily because, once again, lasagnalove.org, you can go make lasagna for people. You can go there and request a lasagna if you are facing food insecurity, if you are facing wild children that make you not want to cook dinner at night. You can just go there if you're having a tough time putting things together and you just want a lasagna, you want a little bit of comfort in your life, go there and request a lasagna. If you're somebody who's in that situation right now, please go do it. As an Italian, I can say this is not the way to make lasagna. Catan, this is the way that I make lasagna. And we'll just leave that at that, okay? Everybody's got their own things. So boom, boom. Is that my mom? That is actually my mom. Hold on. Tell me something's wrong. Hello? No, Mama, I'm live making lasagna. You can go on. I love you. Okay, bye.
There's a lady, Alyssa, that just came upon the videos, and she's like, "Who is this?" Say, "Welcome, Alyssa."
Alyssa, on YouTube or Facebook?
I think on Facebook.
Okay, Alyssa, welcome. This is Kristen Hampton's Hot Trash Cooking Show, whereas I cook things like I like to cook them. They may not be the way that you like to cook them, but some people can't cook nothing at all. And if you want to have a cooking show where you show them how you cook them, go on ahead and do that. The more the merrier. I'm all about it. So anyway, I just do hot trash fun videos and I encourage people to be nice. That's pretty much sums it all up, okay? I cannot read your comments. What's so wrong? I never get on YouTube and chat. I didn't even know that you could be live on YouTube until like a minute ago. Anyway, this is my little piping bag that I have my ricotta cheese mixture. We put a layer of meat sauce on the bottom of the pan. We put no-bake lasagna noodles. They are not baked on top of that. And then we just do some dots. Not too much because you don't want to over cheese your lasagna. But when I tell you this is a very satisfying thing to do, you understand what I mean. It's my little homemade piping bag. Keep squeezing that down, see? And then we're gonna have to refill it here in a second. What is next? Oh, I know. I like to put every now and again some more mozzarella, fresh grated mozzarella, whole milk. You know those little balls that you get at the store, or I think you can probably use it in a package. Oops. It's fine. You can use it in whatever. You know, whatever's easiest for you because I'm encouraging people to cook. There's easy ways to do things. There's harder ways to do things. This is the way that I do it. If you do not cook, I feel like this is a good way for you to get started learning how to cook. A friend over here on YouTube just said she's Italian and this is not the way you make lasagna. Start here and then go watch some other cooking shows with real cooks and real chefs and figure out, okay, I might like to try this more authentic thing. That's cool. You do you. I'll do me. Okay. Put some more cheese on there, and then I always get confused and forget where I'm at. Like, not like where I'm at, like this is my house, you know, I know that part. So put that in there. Once again, we are using jarred pasta sauce because it's faster, and we are making these for folks And I'm hopefully going to be making a whole bunch of them because I'm going to get 9 million orders in from people that want my lasagnas. You go to lasagnalove.org. P.S. I would like to say, I don't know if anyone would actually do this, but please don't go to lasagnalove.org and sign up and say you want a lasagna just because you think I'm going to bring it to your house. Because I might not. Hey, Allison. Banks McGill. So, wait. Yeah. Gets confusing. Meat sauce, noodle, cheese stuff. Meat sauce, noodle, cheese stuff. Just keep doing it till it gets close to the top. Baby, I need some help. Put this on there. This is just perfect. Okay. Let's squish them down. Can you take this and take one of those balls out of the thing and put it on top of that thing and squish it down? It's easy. Just put the cheese thing in there first. Hang on. Put the cheese thing in there first, and then and then put it on one, and then you just put it down in there, and then push the thing down, and then put it on one, and then cheese comes out, and everyone is so happy. Okay, this is my ricotta mixture. This is ricotta cheese, and I just whatever else I put in there.
Do I right here?
No, see the little handle thing? Put it right in there. Okay, there you go. And put your little dots. Oh, we're getting out of control. Calm down. Quit being silly. Pay
Put
attention.
the whole thing in it?
Boom, boom, boom. This is just like a little homemade piping bag. Boom, boom. Made out of a Ziploc with the corner cut out. Boom, boom. Don't eat all of it.
Or I didn't. It fell on the counter. So I get just one?
And then start pushing. It's okay if it's on two. There you go. Very satisfying.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
yeah. Don't you eat all of it. Hold on one second.
I'm not. You're not making any of it. You're making this for other people.
She said that you're making this for other people, so I'm not going to put my... Oh my God, you can see you on YouTube. You can see you on YouTube. Perfect. Thank you, dear.
You're welcome.
Viola, there's more fresh whole milk mozzarella cheese. You get whatever kind you like. Don't worry about it. Put some of that on there because I just like it. Not too much. You don't want it to be like, geez, that's a whole cheese lasagna. Once again, you can put vegetables in here. You can put, you can see you on YouTube. Is that okay? You getting comfy? No. Well, you look beautiful. Come on. Okay. Anyway, put some of that in there. Now what am I doing? More meat sauce. I think that should be my last layer because we're getting, if you can, it's heavy and we're getting pretty close to the top. You don't want to layer that too close to the top. And the last layer is going to be meat sauce. Okay. Meat sauce. Meat sauce. Did I even taste that? I'm sure it's fine. Oh my God, what if I didn't put any salt in it? Did I even put salt in it? Don't make lasagna like this. Where's that Italian guy that said this ain't how you make lasagna? Girl, you're right. You're right 100%. Oh, trash. Trash. Please don't be trash. I got all that in there. I ain't digging that out. Of course it's not trash. Kristen Hampton made it. Mmm. Nah. I was so upset because like, I'm going to tear this whole thing out and redo it. 2 pounds of beef, 1 pound of sweet Italian sausage. Oh my God. And that fresh garlic. I hear you. Okay. Anyway, cover this. We're going to finish it off with the meat sauce. I'm sorry. I just got very nervous and then very excited. It was a bit of a roller coaster of emotions. Please forgive me, okay? Put this on there. This is going to be so good. Yes? You gotta say it loud. I can't see you or hear you.
Wash your hands.
Wash my hands. What did I touch?
Your face.
I'm so sorry. P.S. We're not giving this away, but I do want to set good examples for people who are going to be cooking, especially for lasagnalove.org. if you're going to be making lasagnas or any food for other people that you're going to send out, please, please practice like way over the top food safety measures. Before you even get started with any of this, clean your whole, and I mean sanitize. Read the directions on the sanitizer that you keep it on there for 10 minutes and disinfect that whole area that you're going to be using. Don't be messing with your phone. Don't be touching things around the house. Don't be putting your fingers in your eyeballs, and definitely not in your nose holes. And wash your hands like every 5 seconds. So I apologize for that. Because if you're making food for other people, you don't want them to get sick. I used to make food for my coworkers at the TV station. Once a year, I would make chili, about 30 or 40 quarts of chili, and feed about 100 or so people. And the way I cook just for me and my family is very different. Not that I've thrown cat hair and boogers in food if I'm just cooking it for myself. But when I cook for other people, because I did work in the news and I have seen and covered the stories of the church potluck dinner that went all to heck because somebody was sneezing in a coffin in some kind of dish that they made and the whole daggum church got sick. And I am terrified of that. Sandy, thank you for the suggestion. I don't know if you mean for coronavirus precautions, but I do not believe that coronavirus would make it through a cooking in the oven. So you could wear gloves, but you could also just wash your hands a lot of times because gloves in the kitchen can give you a false sense of security. I'm not in a food service kitchen. I know the difference in a food service kitchen and this kitchen right here. You're making food for other people. Please be safe. Okay. So we're finishing out with a layer of Kristen Hampton's world famous accidental meat sauce that was just basically me just dumping things in. You know, if it's okay, it's good. P.S. Sometimes I cook things. If you try this lasagna and it turns out to be hot, hot trash, make it again because you're like, Kristen, you're such a world-renowned famous chef. Everything you cook must be good. No, it's not because I don't use recipes. I better hurry because this Facebook phone is going to die. Anyway, because you don't use recipes, sometimes you overstep. You get a little too confident, okay, with that nutmeg in there, and then it'll be like, woo, that tastes like nutmeg lasagna. Got this. Shimmy it, bang it, shake it around a little bit. Because those noodles aren't cooked, you want to make sure that they're all exposed to that liquid, okay? I love you so much. Thank you for being delicious. I'm going to finish this with 150 pounds of fresh grated mozzarella. Dump some on the floor for those who have gone before us. Okay? I'm kidding. Okay? Down there. One of the other reasons you don't want to stack it all the way to the top, and this one's actually pretty close, is because the first, you can cook it on 375 for a different amount of time. You can cook it on 350. I cook mine on 350 for the first 45 minutes. It's going to be covered in tinfoil. Okay? I'm saying tin foil. I'm sorry when I say it fast, it comes out tinfoil. And that's okay because I'm a good person. This is where I get a little bit obsessive. Just give me a minute. Because if there's one little tiny section of lasagna that does not have cheese on it, the whole endeavor is destroyed and it's basically a big waste of your afternoon. And no one's going to eat your hot trash lasagna because they're going to be like, well, why did she only put mozzarella on certain sections of the top? Don't put too much on there. But you know how y'all do when you try to put cheese on things and you're like, maybe I need some more because I didn't get it over here. And then you spend 3 days because, you know, you're just pretty meticulous about things. Okay? And, okay, that looks good to me. Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody.
People want to know what you're going to do with the extra lasagna sauce.
I'm going to use it. I'm going to make more. So one of the cool things about Lasagna Love is that you can go sign up. I just touched my face again. Please, when I say that, I mean that. When you're making this for other people, you have got to not be on Facebook Live, not be on your phone. Don't be messing around. Focus on what you're doing because there are a lot of different things. And look up basic food safety things. You don't want to risk getting a family sick with any foodborne illness. So please make sure that you're very, very careful in what you're doing in the kitchen when you make food for other people. I'm going to make more lasagnas because lasagnalove.org, you can make 1 lasagna a week. You can make 2 lasagnas a week. I'm practicing now because I want to get to a point where I know exactly how much I need to make 5 lasagnas a week, how much meat I need, how many onions I need, how much of this sad ricotta cheese I need. And so I'm practicing, and I'm also figuring out exactly which recipe. I've tried like 10 already. I'm just kidding. I've tried like 2. Why did I have to tell a lie? I stopped myself. But I want to know like exactly how to do it. So I'm going to make more with these. Another thing you can do is get this, cover it with tinfoil. That is our finished lasagna. It's not finished because it's not baked yet. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Can you smell it? Put it in the oven on 350. Cover it in tinfoil. Try not to let the tinfoil touch that cheese stuff down in there, okay? Cook it for 45 minutes on 350. Take that off. Take the foil off. Leave it on 350. Cook it for about another 10 or so minutes until that cheese gets the level of brownness that you like. A little bit of over brownness ain't gonna kill nobody, okay? That's how I make lasagna. And you can also get these pans that come with these tinfoil lids. So it's super easy to just take it and put it right in the freezer, not even cooked, okay? So you can make like 5 of these, put them in the freezer, give them to people, whatever, and take them out, let them thaw, and then cook them like you would a normal lasagna. Hot dang dog. You can make lasagna. Do you see how easy it is? Get my little bag thing, boop, 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 boop. That's easy. You make a meat sauce. So if you want to just do 1 pound of meat, you want to make 1 lasagna. 1 pound of meat, 1 can of pasta sauce. If you want to make your own pasta sauce, do it your way. Put an onion, put some garlic, put some bell pepper, put some zucchini, whatever you want into that meat sauce. And then layer your meat sauce, your no-boil noodles, your cheese mixture, your meat sauce, your no-boil noodles, your cheese mixture, your meat sauce, your no-boil noodles, and your cheese mixture. Your meat sauce, your no-boil noodles, and your cheese mixture. Okay, I've probably time to end.
Tell them again what it's for. I've seen a lot of people say that they have gotten a lasagna, love lasagna, and some of them have already made some.
Lasagna. They've already done it?
Tell them again what it's for.
Lasagnalove.org. I am practicing my most, that's what you mean?
Yeah.
My most perfect lasagna for lasagnalove.org. It is an organization that this wonderful lady came up with. She wanted to feed people and help share the comfort of having a delicious meal during these hot trash times. And so she started making lasagnas because she's good at it. Well, the organization started growing and growing. She now has a website, lasagnalove.org, where she has a network of people who make lasagnas. And then people can go there and say, I need a lasagna. Whether or not you're facing food insecurity, whether you just can't afford a lasagna, whether you just don't want to make a lasagna, whether your kids have caused you, have pretty much what my mom used to say, stomp my last nerve. You can go on there and tell them that you want a lasagna. They will match you up with somebody in your area who is making lasagna. So go sign up to make a lasagna. Go sign up if you need a lasagna. Whatever the case may be, no questions asked. You can also make like gluten-free if you need gluten-free things or any kind of allergy type stuff. What? Vegetarian, sorry. You can make lasagna absolutely vegetarian. One of the best lasagnas I've ever had in my life. Remember that girl, that Carla?
Oh my goodness.
That lasagna made me want to slap people. Like walk right outside and slap people.
No meat.
No meat. I didn't hit anybody, but a little part of me wanted to. Anyway, you can make lasagna. Don't be intimidated. If it doesn't turn out, it's okay. You'll know for the next time what you did wrong. Try it again. But you see, it's not that hard. When you use the no-boil, you can use any brand that you want. I've tried 2 different brands so far. I didn't notice really any difference in them. A lot of people might not agree. This is not the authentic Italian way to make lasagna. But when I tell you this is a pretty dang good lasagna, it's a good lasagna. And when I tell you somebody that is just aching for a really good meal and the comfort of a big old hot pan of lasagna, it's a really nice thing to get. So please consider going to lasagnalove.org. If you need a lasagna, go sign up for one. If you can make a lasagna, go sign up to do it. And I just want to say, I have been so excited all week to do this because I love getting on Facebook and getting on YouTube because it feels like y'all are sitting here with me while I'm just running my mouth and kind of doing my hot trash cooking. Do you freeze it until someone needs a lasagna? I'm not positive because I haven't gotten to like the second round. That's a good question, Debbie. I think you make it fresh and take it fresh, and if they want to freeze it, they can freeze it. Anyway, they'll send you all the information. They just haven't sent me that second round of information yet, so I'm getting there. But my favorite thing in the whole world is to cook, and my favorite thing in the whole world is to cook for people. And when I tell you that, I don't know any other way to say it to make you understand it better. It is like the reason that I'm on this earth is to cook for other people. And when I found out about this, I was like, I can make one of my lasagnas, and it can make somebody that's having a bad day feel a little bit better. Like, I think that's awesome. And I really, really, really enjoy sitting here with y'all because it feels like you're just sitting at the bar listening to me talk while I cook. And Tara won't ever sit here and listen to me cook and watch me. I want her to watch me. And she won't ever watch me because she's like, I got to watch football. I got to do my hair. I got to paint my nails. She doesn't paint.
Don't do any of that.
Yes, you do. You curl your hair and you wear dresses.
And what? And I wear dresses.
And you wear dresses. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Thank you for considering lasagnalove.org. I wonder if that lady has seen this and she's going to email me back now. Be like, girl, I can't believe you just sent 10 million people to my page. I think they would appreciate that. I don't think you're going to overwhelm anybody with lasagnas. But only take them as many as they want. Don't take them 37 lasagnas because that's too many lasagnas. No, shit, that's okay. I'm sure she'll get back to me later. It's fine. She's very busy. A lot of people are emailing her, okay? Thank you for watching Facebook. Thank you for watching YouTube. This has been Kristen Hampton's world famous hot trash lasagna, but it's actually really delicious. But, that's how I make it. It is really good. When I tell you that, I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to brag, but it's very good. And you're going to be like, wow, I made your lasagna, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me in my entire life. Okay? Thank you so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a wonderful weekend and a great week ahead. Oh,
I'm going to say goodbye.
oh, you better hurry. That phone's about to die. Put your soda up. It's showing alcohol on the programs.
I don't have one.
Family program. Hi, everybody. Hey, everybody.
Have a great Sunday and a great week.
Oh, did Facebook see you? I don't know if Facebook saw you. Come back. Come back, because I don't think they saw you, because look how far over it is. There you go. Tilt down, so there you go. Egg sheet brushes. Okay. Go love somebody this week. Go be nice to somebody this week. Don't be a jerk. A lot's going on. Be nice on social media. Be nice in real life. Don't be hugging on people, but just kind of look at them like you want to hug them. Not creepy like, because you're probably going to have a mask on, and that might look something like, don't do that. But just, you know what I mean. Just be nice to people, okay? And make somebody a lasagna. And don't be a jerk, okay? Have a great week. Bye now. Lasagnalove.org. Hashtag thank you. Bye now. Okay? And we're still here on YouTube. Now we can talk. I'm just kidding. I just ended Facebook. Share. Bing, bang, boom. Can you share YouTube's? Go share it and invite people to come do Lasagna Love. So thank you. And how do you even end it? I did it once. Okay. Everybody have a great day. Okay? Bye now.